The 2020 Ford Explorer Limited. Hi, I'm Tim Bartz, Internet Sales Manager here at Long MacArthur Ford in Salina, Kansas. In this video, we're going to go over all the standard as well as optional equipment on the 2020 Ford Explorer Limited. So that limited trim is what we're going to talk about in this video. We do call it a complete guide because we're going to go over all the standard equipment first. And then we're going to talk about different packages and standalone options after that. So again, don't forget, if you're watching this on YouTube, see the description down below. We'll have the timestamps as we go around it. So if you need to move around the video, you can, as well as the prices on those different standalone options. So definitely refer to that. Save this to a playlist as well, so that way you'll have it for any information that you might want to gather on the limited trim of the Explorer, and also be looking for other videos that we have. We already have an XLT, an ST, as well as a Platinum trim video. This completes the whole lineup of all the Explorers. So if you're looking for those videos, I'll have them down in the description as well. So let's go ahead and get started. First, I want to talk about some of the different safety features that are standard. I do like to kind of talk about safety because safety is very important to Ford and it's very important to your family as well to keep you protected, not only after you get in an accident, but also how to avoid an accident to begin with. So there's some great safety features now, standard equipment on all your Explorers. Now, first let's talk about the airbags. Dual stage airbags for the driver and front passenger. It'll deploy a different size airbag, depends on how close you are to the front of the vehicle. It does have a sensor, seat sensor that allows you to know how close you are to the front of the vehicle. Also knee airbag as well, so it's going to deploy an airbag for not only for the driver but also for the front passenger from that glove box under there. Side impact airbags as well for the driver and front passenger. So if you have that side collision, it's going to deploy the airbag from the side of those seats, protecting those in the front seat. And then also, and that's usually who usually get hit with that. Also, you do have the safety canopy airbag with rollover sensor. So if you do end up rolling the vehicle over, so airbags that will deploy down from the top to protect the glass around the vehicle. So really great way to really protect everyone in the vehicle. Also, if you do get in an accident, you do have SOS post-crash alert system that's going to honk the horns and flash the lights if you're in an accident. It lets people know that you are off the road and you need help. Also, you have 911 assist, so you can Bluetooth your phone in, call 911 directly, and they're going to help come to your safety, and so that way you don't rely on OnStar or something like that. Also, another thing that's a standard equipment after you get in an accident is your post-collision braking. So if you aren't able to stop the post-collision braking, we'll go ahead and engage those. So that way, if you've never touched the brakes and you have that accident you're not aware of, and you hit somebody, especially from the front, it's going to go ahead and brake the vehicle for you if you're not able to. So that's also standard equipment. Also, for those kids to protect them back here, you do have the child safety locks. And a lot of vehicles anymore are going to have some of these features, but child safety locks is a great way to kind of lock those doors so those kids can't open them. Also, the latch system. Lower anchors and tethers for children. I think it's pretty much a law anymore to have this in your vehicle. Second row seats, you can fasten those seat belts, those booster seats and such, down to the back of those seats. Also, a couple of great features that are standard equipment in all your Explorers is side wind stabilization. So it does have EPAS, an electronic power assist steering, that's going to help you when you're going slower to be able to turn the steering wheel a little bit easier. It does help you on the highway, stiffen it up so that way it's not going to be such a drastic turn if you move the steering wheel a little bit. But side wind stabilization will help, especially here in Kansas. There are some flat sections that wind can push you from side to side, and that's going to help stabilize it so you don't have that happen to you. So some great features there. Now let's talk about the Copilot 360. Copilot 360 is standard equipment on all of your Explorers. We did see that in a couple vehicles, 3 vehicles for 2019. And now it's going to be rolled out about every vehicle. Copilot 360 comes with some great features, but one of them that I want to talk about is a great safety feature first, is your pre-collision assist with automatic emergency braking. So it's going to use front collision warning, as well as dynamic brake support and even pedestrian detection. So if someone's coming across your path in front of you, or if they're stopped in front of you and you're not hitting your brake, it's going to initiate the brake if you don't. It will give you the warning on the dash and tones that you need to stop. And then if you don't hit your brakes, it will. So great way to really help lessen that severity. Also, as part of the Copilot 360 Assist Plus, which is standard equipment on the Limited, it comes evasive steering assist. So that's going to help you if you're in that situation where by braking, you're not going to avoid that accident. Somebody maybe darts in front of you real quick off of a turn or something, and you need to turn around them. It's going to help you with the steering. So it doesn't initiate it. It is driver initiated. So when you go to turn, it's going to help you turn more severely when they see that accident as well. So it knows that you're wanting to do that and it helps assist that. This is a feature, as well as some of the others, that you can activate and deactivate in your settings screen. So if that's something you don't like, some people have talked about that online, don't know if I want to rely on that, the system doing that for me or to help or assist me in that, you can deactivate that setting as well. So let's go ahead when we talk about the front of it. First, I want to talk about some mechanical things first. Let's talk about the drivetrains and the engines that are going to come standard on these. Now, it's going to come standard in your rear-wheel drive, but you can get the optional four-wheel drive. So what's great about this, and it does include the intelligent four-wheel drive system that we have seen in Explorer for years. Now you're going to see it, you'd adjust that with that dial that says drive modes there. So even if you get a rear-wheel drive, you're going to have some extra drive modes that you normally wouldn't see. So you have a normal, a sport, now you have an eco mode for 2020 Explorer, as well as you even have a slippery one. So even if it's raining outside, you can move it over there and it'll help with the traction as well. But with intelligent four-wheel drive, you're going to have some extra drive modes that'll help, and you can just change that for the different road conditions. So whether it be rock, gravel, snow, you can adjust it for your terrain there, and it's going to be really easy to adjust it. You don't have to worry about should I be in 4 high or 4 low. It's going to adjust everything for you right there. So, and you're going to see everything in that productivity screen between your speedometer and your tach. That's called the productivity screen. That's where you're going to see those drive modes show up there. So great system there. Now, standard engine is going to be your 2.3 liter 4-cylinder EcoBoost engine. Same engine we did see in the XLT. So that engine is going to deliver 300 horsepower, 310 pound-feet of torque. So pretty good amount of power behind that. It also is going to come with the auto start stop technology, which means if you don't know what that is, it's if you pull up the stoplight stop sign, you press your brake, it's going to shut the vehicle off. And then when you let go of the brake, it's going to go ahead and turn it back on. So even before you can get over to the gas pedal, it'll be going. If that's something maybe you want to deactivate on that trip, maybe it's hot outside, you need the air conditioning flowing because it does shut the vehicle completely off, it will go ahead. You can just hit the deactivation button there right by the drive mode dial I just showed you, and it'll deactivate it for that trip. So real easy to do, and usually your hand's right above that anyway. You notice that at stoplight, you just press it and it deactivates that. Great system and how that's going to work. So also within this, you can get the optional 3.3 liter hybrid engine. So what's great about it is a 3.3 natural aspirated V6 with an electric motor. So it's powered with an electric motor, so that way you're going to get great performance as well as good fuel economy. So yeah, that one they're saying is going to deliver about 318 horsepower, 322 pound-feet of torque. And that hybrid engine is going to be available in rear-wheel drive as well as four-wheel drive. So that's great that it's coming with that. Not seeing too much in the way of fuel economy numbers yet, but they do say you're going to be able to get 500 miles on a tank. And it's an 18-gallon tank, so if you do the numbers, you're probably right around 27, 28 miles per gallon combined. So pretty good fuel economy with that, and you don't lose any in a way of any kind of performance for that engine. So, and it's also going to be geared with that 10-speed automatic transmission as well. So the 2.3 will come with select shift, so you can shift it up and down like a manual transmission as well. So I love that it's geared with the 10-speed automatic transmission and not the Atkins transmission. So great performance out of this. I'm looking forward to getting a hybrid in that we can drive ourselves to give you a kind of a test drive on that when that comes out. So you're going to love that. So a couple different ways you can go there. Either way, I think you're going to really love it. Now let's talk about some of the safety features. Talk about Copilot 360 real quick. One of the features I want to talk about here in the front is your lane keeping system. Lane keeping system, standard equipment on all your Explorers. And so it's going to include your driver alert, as well as the lane keeping aid and alert system. So the driver alert means that if you take your hands off the steering wheel, it's going to alert you with a message on the dash, as well as a tone that you need to be more alert. The aid system and alert system. The alert system is if you leave your lane, it's going to go ahead and vibrate the steering wheel and let you know you've left your lane. The aid system will actually keep you in your lane. So use torque vectoring to kind of bring you back into the lane. So you can set it up for the aid or alert or both within your settings screen there for that. And this is something you would activate and deactivate, I believe, with the button on the turn signal, and that's why most of them are doing that. So great system and how that works there. Also, you get the Copilot 360 Assist Plus with the Limited package in your ST and Platinum as well. The Limited is the first one you're seeing as standard equipment. With that, you're going to get that the adaptive cruise control with stop and go. What's great about it is this new stop and go includes some other features. So not only is it going to make an adaptive cruise, which means if someone's going slower than you, you're going to slow down to go their speed until you pass them and speed back up, and it's safe for you to resume, so you don't have to use your brakes. It's also going to include the speed sign recognition now. So what's great about that is if you have that cruise set, let's say it's the speed limit is 65 miles an hour and you have it set for 70, which you can have a tolerance of up to about, I think up to about 10 or 15 I did see. So you can adjust that tolerance. So if you're driving along, you're going 70 miles an hour, that speed limit sign changes to 75, it'll go ahead and change and adjust your speed up to the 80 at that point, which is your tolerance of +5. So great how that works together. Also, if you don't even have your cruise set, the speed sign recognition will let you know with a little message on the dash as well that the speed limit has changed, so you can always adjust your speed accordingly even if you don't have your cruise set. So love how that technology is working. I think you'll really like it as well. So a great system there. Now let's go ahead and talk about some of the styling up here on the front of it. So the Limited is a little bit different look than your other trims. So I love the look in here. Chrome barred across like you do see with the XLT, but now you have a silver painted here in that grille. So great look to it. I love the look of this Explorer, this grille, this mesh here in the middle just looks gorgeous. Headlights, LEDs all the way around. So LED low beam, LED high beam, automatic feature as well, so you have an auto setting, they're going to come on automatically. What's even cool about the Explorer now on this one, if you shut the vehicle off, even if you have the headlights turned off, you turn the vehicle off, when you turn it back on, it automatically flips it over to the auto, so that way they'll come on so you don't forget. So I love how that works. Wiper activated as well, so if it's raining, it's going to turn those headlights on too. And auto high beam is standard equipment as part of the Copilot 360. So auto high beam, a lot like your automatic headlights, they'll come on automatically when there's no one in front of you. It's really dark outside, you can't see. It'll turn those auto high beams on. If somebody approaches you or your city lights, they'll turn off. LED fog lights as well. We did see that in the XLT 202A equipment group is now standard. It's going to be standard equipment on your Limiteds as well. It does have a body colored bumper down here, molded in kind of towards the bottom because you're going to get rocks and different things like that. And then silver painted front element here as well up there. Front tag bracket is going to be standard equipment in states that require front tag. States like Kansas, it's going to be optional equipment. We'll talk more about optional equipment later, but it is a no charge option anyway if you want to go that way. LED signature lighting, almost forgot about that as well, so that's impactful, can be on as your daytime running lights as well, and just a great look to it when you unlock the vehicle. And then even in the headlights, the assembly in there, you can see a high gloss black finish. Not so if I can get a good clip of that or not, but that's going to look great as well. A couple things with the windshield that is standard equipment on your Explorer Limited. One of them is your rain sensing wipers. Rain sensing wipers, if you have that turned activated and you have your wiper in one of those intermittent settings, it's going to automatically turn the wipers on when it starts to rain. Rain's a little harder, they're going to wipe faster, you don't have to adjust it yourself. Also, windshield wiper de-icers, standard equipment as well on your Limited. So what's great about that is when wintertime, when it's snowing, it's maybe sleeting out, that windshield will defrost everything off of the glass, which is great. But then your windshield wipers are wet, they start to freeze up on you. The windshield wiper de-icers will make it so they're actually functional. So last feature I want to show you is a really neat feature that's new for the 2020 Explorer, and that's the latch for the hood. It's a small thing, but I want to demonstrate it. So if you pull this latch here, it says to pull it twice. So you pull it once and pull it a second time. Then you can just come up here and you can go ahead and just open it. So you don't have a latch to try to find or anything like that. You still have to use a support arm to keep it up, but you don't have to try to hunt under there for that latch. Small detail, something I really like and is new for the 2020 Explorer. Now as we move around to the side, a couple things I want to kind of note there on the front is that this does have front sensing system as standard equipment in all your Limiteds. As well as it's going to have 360-degree camera. There's a camera on the front as well as a camera under each of these mirrors on the side as well as one on the back. So that way you can see completely around the vehicle. So Limited and above are going to have your 360-degree camera as standard equipment. So it's a split screen view where you can see on one side it's going to be all the way around the vehicle. The other side will be either that front or the backup camera, depends on what direction you're going there. The standard wheel, a couple different options here. If you have the 2.3 liter, the standard wheel is going to be a 20-inch polished aluminum wheel. So a polished wheel there. We'll give you a clip off Ford's website. We're probably going to order this one. This is the option wheel for your 2.3 standard wheel on your hybrid. So if you do get a hybrid, it's going to come standard with this wheel, 20-inch hand polished wheel. So great looking wheel. I really love this design on it. Again, this is standard on your hybrid. It's the optional wheel on your 2.3 liter, so keep that in mind. Your mirrors. It does have a body colored mirror cap, turn signal indicator on the outside, power heated glass, also does have the security approach lamp that's going to light the ground beside the vehicle. Auto fold too, so it does have power fold feature but also auto fold. So when you do lock the vehicle up, they are going to fold in. I'm going to give you a demonstration of that in just a little bit here. Also, standard equipment on all of your Explorers is your Bliss with cross traffic alert. So what Bliss does is if there's someone in your blind spot, it's going to put a light in the corner of the mirror on that side, let you know it's not safe to go in that lane at that time. As you're backing up, if someone's going to cross your path behind you, it's going to alert you with a light in the corner of the mirror. Also puts a message on the dash telling you if they're coming from the left or the right, and the series of tones that it's not safe to back up. I love the Bliss. If you watch any of my videos, you'll know that. Just because there's been a couple times it's kind of saved me in a parking lot where somebody's really going really fast behind you. So I love the cross traffic alert for that reason there. So great features here on the mirrors. This does have intelligent access. Allows you to leave that key fob in your pocket like I have, and just put your hands in the door handle. It's going to automatically unlock the vehicle for you. And allow you to get in and out of it without having to get the keys out. You just press the little lock button there on the front part and it's going to lock the vehicle up. You'll see the auto fold mirrors now folds in towards the glass when you lock it. And then when you unlock it, it folds them back out. So you don't even have to open the door, it's going to fold them back out into place. So love how that works. You do have invisible keypad on the pillar just like we have seen in the past. So if you want to leave the keys inside or access it without the keys, maybe you forgot the keys, you need to grab something outside from inside, use your own special code that you can program using the touchscreen to be able to get in and out of it that way, and it will be invisible as well when you lock the vehicle up. So love how that works. The door handles, body color door handles with a nice little chrome accent there in the middle of it. Similar to the body molding on the bottom, you have a molded in black with a chrome accent in there and that Explorer etched in the side over there. So real nice look to the bottom of the rocker molding as well down there. And then you're going to see that on the wheel lip moldings as well. So that molded in black, and because it is an SUV, they're assuming you're going to sit a little bit higher. You didn't want to make sure you kind of protect those from any rocks or anything like that and not chipping the paint. So they do have that around those as well to protect it. Along the belt line is going to be your black as well as up here on the top part of that. And then your roof rack rails up here. They're going to be a satin chrome finish here to those, so real nice look and touch to those. That's going to be standard equipment, the roof rack rails up here. So I love the look there. It does have the Easy Fuel capless filler door, so you don't have to worry about leaving the cap behind, getting your hands dirty, anything like that. You just open the door, put that nozzle in, fill it up, and then shut it when you're done. The hybrid models, you may have to release it with a button. I know on the Fusion hybrids, you'll need to do that. So that could be a possibility to be able to open that instead of just being able to just touch it and pop it open. People have asked how to open those doors. You just press it and it opens up there for you. Also privacy glass on these back windows, the quarter windows and the back glass keeps a little bit cooler inside. Also, if you want to give those kids in the back seat a little bit of sunshade, there are sun blinds. That's something new for the Explorer lineup. They are standard equipment on your Limited. So those two second row windows over here, you can pull those sunshades up and those sun blinds, and it'll keep some of that sun out for those kids in the second row. So great standard equipment here on the side. I don't think I forgot anything on the side of it. Let's go and continue to the back now. So a couple great things I want to show you here on the back of the vehicle, and let's first start with this the rear look here. It does have a nice rear spoiler back here. It does have body colored on the top, molded in just underneath, and then some high gloss black strips down here and on the side. So it'll be black no matter what color that vehicle is. Gives you that floating roof line design here that Ford's went with. It does have your rear defrost with rear wiper, center high mounted stoplight as well up there on the spoiler. It does have your LED tail lights, again all LEDs around the vehicle. It does have the nice chrome accent here on with the Explorer etched on the back, rear view camera with a washer as well here on the back. It does have your body colored bumpers throughout here, molded in right here where these reflectors are, as well as silver skid plates on the rear part back there. Now here on the molding on the top, you'll see black, but a nice chrome accent as well across here. That's something that's unique For the, I believe the XL2 might have it, but I know it'll look really unique to this one. It does have your Limited here on the back with your 4-wheel drive EcoBoost if it's got it there on the right side of the lift gate here. Now this lift gate here is a power lift gate, so you can use a remote. In fact, let me go ahead and grab the remote and show you, give you a little clip of that. So you can unlock, lock it. You do have a remote start as well. Remote start is standard equipment on your Limited. I believe it comes on that 202A XLT package. They're going to be standard on the Limited and above. And it does have your power lift gate button right back here too. You can also press, there's a little arrow right over here past the R. You can press that as well to open it up. But if you want, you can use your foot too. So if you have your hands full of groceries and some things, you can just use your foot to go ahead and open it up that way as well. And you can close it the same way. So you can, even though it's lifted, you can use your foot to close it too. So if you have your hands full again as you're getting out, had this happen at myself, you can use it, you can do the foot activated to close it as well. So up here real quick, you'll notice the height here. I am about 5'11" here, so I can reach these buttons real easily to shut that. But maybe if you're a little shorter, you can always bring this down. You can press and hold this button, and it's going to go ahead and leave it to that spot. So the next time when it opens up, it's going to stop there instead of going up further. So if you're a little bit shorter, you can adjust that into your height as well. And there's also a lock back here, which comes in handy. So let's say you get out of the vehicle by getting out, getting your stuff out, you can hit the lock button and to shut it, and that way you don't have to relock the vehicle. Sometimes some vehicles you have to do that. So that's real nice having that back here too. So inside here, carpeted mats are standard equipment on your Limiteds. So go ahead and move those. You'll see that in the footwell in the front seat as well as the second row seat for those carpeted mats there. In here, a little bit different look than the 2019 as you'd expect. So I love how you have a kind of a flat height here, so you don't have that drop or that deep well below there for storage. But you do have this door, so you can bring things in, put them right in there if you need to. Also, this door does open up. So you can, it comes out real easily. So as you can see, just real lightweight as well. And then I'm gonna actually move it to the side so you can see. Down in there, you're gonna see it has a carpet underneath, a little management system in there with two other sections on the left and the right. And those little doors can come off. And what's great is each one can be positioned in two different spots. One there on the left to contain and have a smaller container on the left side where it's kind of a molded in compartment in there. Or you can put it over here and it drops down a little bit lower and you can manage your cargo in there as well. So real nice how that works in there, and then that way you can position things so they won't roll around as much in there. So that's how those are going to work. They're real snug and stay in there just fine. Otherwise you can leave them and you can put them down in there. So I'm going to put this back into place. So real nice on how that works. I like that it's kind of a little bit different functional. You have that deep well still, but you do have a compartment to kind of protect it. Keep those things in there if you need to, because now with these seats, I love what they've done for 2020. They're not going to fold down to the back of it, so you don't have that different system. Now you do have front and rear independent suspension with the Explorer, so not only going to get a great ride, but you're going to also have more leg room for those in the third row seat, and you're going to be able to fold the seats flat to the floor. And I like in 2020, you don't have 3 levers and buttons you have to pull. You pull one strap to release the seat cushion, the other one the seat back, and that kind of thing to flip it down in, especially the XLTs when it's manual. This one does have the power, so you do have power third row seat, left, right, or both. But what's great about this, let me demonstrate this. If you hit both here, those headrests are up. You can pull these straps to lower them down, or if you just need to fold it down, you can just press the button, and they're going to flip down first, and then it's going to fold straight down. So for a great thing is that if you have an XLT, you don't have to have all these levers you have to push and figure out how that goes down. You can just go ahead and just push it forward on those. So you just release this and push it forward. The power ones lowers those headrests down and then lowers that down, giving you a flat low level in here. You can pick left, right. So then when I flip it again and push it again, it's going to just bring them straight up. It's going to go a lot quicker. And I think Ford's done a great job with these. You will have to manually put those headrests up if you want to. If you're like my family, we usually leave those down unless the kids are sitting there, and then they'll maybe raise them up if they want to. So that way it just makes it a little bit easier to see through in the back glass. So I love all the functionality in here. Powerful third row seat back here. You do have a power point back here too, and a light so you can see back here, and some loops. So you can get cargo netting, I believe, for these, and it's going to go back here and position it back here. So great, just a great functionality back here. And let's go ahead and move inside. I think I've covered everything in the back now, and see some of the great interior features as well. Now moving to the interior, there's two different color interiors that are available for you. You have your ebony interior like you're seeing with this particular vehicle. So yeah, I'll give you some shots across the dash with the ebony interior so you can see all black interior inserts as well. Nice stitching on the doors, of course black dash. You do have this really unique wood trim across there, or they call them the appliques across there. So real nice weave, kind of a wave finish to those. I love that finish there on these. So unique to the Limited. Can't see this on any of the other vehicles. So great finish to it. Of course, leather seating surfaces are standard equipment with the unique stitching as well on those. You will have here, also you can get the sandstone interior. So let me give you a clip of what that's going to look like. So that's your tan interior. So you do have your ebony and your tan for your interior trim there. Both of those, of course, would get you those leather seats. So the front seats up here, front bucket seats, dual 10-way power adjustable seat for the driver and front passenger, including a lumbar, two-way lumbar, forward and back, and heated and ventilated seats. So ventilated, the same thing, people would think of them as cooled seats, but the reason they call it ventilated is it actually pulls the air through the seats instead of cooling off the seat, so it's quieter, also less condensation underneath it, and it's going to function the same way and give you a nice cooled seat for the driver and front passenger. Second row seat is going to be bucket seats as well. You do have heated seats on those two outside seats as standard equipment, so it's a great fit configuration. In fact, bucket seats are the only configuration for the second row on your Limited, and it doesn't even have an optional bench seat available for you. You need as well as a 110 outlet, and you're going to have your climate control back there, those auxiliary controls back there too. And then you have a third row seat. So you do have a button on the back of those second row seat. It's called the power fold. So you just click that button and it's going to power release it and slide it forward a little bit. So those can get in the back to that third row seat, which is a 50-50 split bench seat, seating two back there. And again, power fold feature for those seats. Here on the door, power windows locks, mirror switches, including auto one touch for all the windows. Driver memory as well for 3 different drivers, and it's going to memorize your mirror, your seat, as well as the power tilt and telescoping steering wheel. So electronically it'll go up and down, forward and back, so you can get in just about any position you need to, so any size driver should feel comfortable. Leather wrapped heated steering wheel as well as standard equipment on your Limited. And you're going to see on the left side of the steering wheel, those that controls over there will control your cruise control. You do have the gap up there is that the upper left button up there with the vehicle on it. And then below that is going to be the controls for your audio controls, so volume controls, I should say, right there. On the right side over here, it's not really a D-pad, it's the controls up here. The top part will control the productivity screen. Not a lot of things that you'll need to really function through that screen. It's more of a visual for your display than anything, because most of your controls and your settings are going to be controlled with your screen. So I'll do a video separate on this new screen and how everything functions here soon. And then also below that is where you're going to see some more audio controls, the Bluetooth voice commands and everything. You do have your push button start. It's going to be positioned right up here, so real easy to get to and see, not hidden by the steering wheel or anything like that. For your climate control, dual zone climate here in the front, more of a tri-zone system, so rear climate as well. So dual zone here in the front means that the driver and front passenger have 2 different temperatures there. And then I love the switches and how those work. So you just flip it up and down for your climate, and then your fan controls just left and right there. And then your heated seats are going to be over here to the left for the driver and to the right for the passenger. So you can use it there without having to use the touchscreen to control that. Your audio system is a B&O audio sound system. Bang & Olufsen 12-speaker audio sound system, great sound in here. It's going to come with HD radio, Sirius XM traffic, Sirius XM radio. Comes with the traffic and travel link as well. With that, you're going to have the Sync 3 system, that 3rd generation voice enhanced recognition system in this touch screen here. So real nice and easy to see and to use. You can control your phone, your entertainment. Also, voice activated navigation system is standard equipment as part of the Copilot 360 Assist Plus. That's standard on your Limiteds. So you're going to have that as well. The XM traffic and travel link will come along with that. So rear view camera, that 360-degree camera will come into view in that screen. You did see a little shot of that earlier that we gave you there. So love how that looks. And there's a nice little tray right in here as well that I think you'll like. If you get the full screen, like the ST and the Hybrid has the full tablet screen, you don't get this compartment, so that's kind of a nice benefit to having this screen here. And some people like the landscape style versus the portrait style here. Also, the mirror does have the auto dimming rear view mirror up here, so that'll dim that mirror when those cars want to come up behind you with those bright lights there. And then on the overhead console, you do have a little compartment there for sunglasses, as well as your controls for your lights are going to be right up there too. And then you do have the universal garage door opener on the visor that'll control up to 3 different transmitters, garage doors, that kind of thing. You control right there. That makes it a little bit easier, especially you don't have that clip for the garage door opener when you flip it down, falling down in your lap. So that's a great benefit of that. And then so let's talk about the center console. All the compartments in here, we call this the media hub up here. So you just press that little button, the chrome button there, and you're going to see it. It opens it up. It does have a PowerPoint, a USB port, as well as a USB Type-C plug-in. So a lot of phones anymore are coming with a USB-C plug-in, so that actually powers things a little bit faster. So some people are using that. And a big compartment down there, cell phone down there if you want to, and even a little slot for cords coming through if you want to power that device in there. It does have the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. So you would plug your phone in and you'd have the interface on the touchscreen for you. Works real great. I've used the Android Auto and I really love how that works and looks throughout there, and uses Google Maps through that instead of the system's map system. So maybe sometimes a little bit more accurate that way. Also, you do have your dial shifter here, that rotary dial shifter. We've been seeing that in the Fusion, a lot of other vehicles. It's going to be in the Explorer as well, and you would press that manual, that M button, to be able to put it in that select shift mode for your 2.3 liter engines there. You do have your park emergency brake is right there as well. The button right behind that is the auto hold button. That's standard equipment on all your Explorers. What's great about that is you just press that button, let go of the brake. If you're at a stoplight, stop sign, you can go ahead and press that. It's going to auto hold that brake, so that way you can relax your foot, take it off. If you're on a hill, it'll come in handy as well there. And then behind that is where you're going to see your drive mode. So your drive mode dial, as well as your traction control. You turn that on and off right there, as well as your hill descent control button is right there too. So you can be able to control that there. Your cup holders here, you're going to see ambient lighting in those. So it lights up the cup holders, the footwells, and the door handles, and the compartments in the doors. So that you can change the different colors on those. It looks real impactful. So ambient lighting is something a lot of people really love and want to make sure the vehicle has standard equipment on your Limited. Also, you'll notice getting in the doors, I just noticed now the Explorer badging there. The door seal plates is what they call those. Nice bright look there on those front doors. The order guide actually says it's on the rear doors too, and that's not correct. It's only on the front doors up there. It looks great in the vehicle as well. Talking about this, right in front of the console, you're going to see a wireless charging pad. So those wireless charging phones, most of your Androids anymore are that way. I think the Samsung from 5 on up has had it, and then the newer iPhones, iPhone 10 will have it as well, and you can wireless charge just by putting it in there. It is slow charging, but it still gives you a constant charge while you're driving. So a great way to get some use out of it while you're driving the vehicle. And then you can open this console here, and you're going to see a little tray in there. So it kind of has a pad in there, so those things won't hopefully slide around in there. So kind of a grippy feel to it. You can take that out; it's removable, and then you have a bigger compartment in there with a little light in there and another power point in there too. So you can power different phones that you're using those power points if you're still using those, and then cords that can come through as well to be able to charge those. So great functionality. I think that's all the standard equipment. I do want to talk about one other thing that's standard equipment, and that's the FordPass Connect. So FordPass Connect allows you to stay connected to your vehicle using the FordPass app. Free app you download, you program your VIN in there, and then you go to your modem and you go ahead and confirm that with your modem. That way you're connected to that, and you can be able to remote start your vehicle from anywhere, schedule remote start times. You can unlock and lock your vehicle, locate your vehicle. You get FordPass rewards using that as well, where when you first purchase your 2020 Explorer, you're going to get some reward points for 2 free oil changes or accessories. You want to use it for that. So some great benefits. And every time you come into service, it's going to go ahead and give you reward points every time you get your vehicle serviced at a Ford dealership, give you more and more rewards points. So we all like a reward point, so that's a great way to stay connected to the vehicle and get some nice loyalty rewards for servicing a vehicle at the local Ford dealership, as well as purchasing your vehicle through a Ford dealership. So great system. I think I covered everything as standard equipment. I want to cover that 310A package that's part of that hybrid, and let's go ahead and do that next. Now let's talk about that 310A equipment group. Now when you order a Limited, it's naturally going to be a 300A, or you order the 310A. Your 300A will be your 2.3 liter EcoBoost engine, and it comes with all the standard equipment we've already talked about. The 310A equipment is going to be that come with that 3.3 liter hybrid engine, and it's going to come with all the features we've already talked about, plus a few others as part of that. And one of them is this wheel. We talked about earlier being the optional wheel, which we're going to get into optional equipment in just a little bit, but it's a standard wheel on your hybrid. So it's going to come with these 20-inch hand-polished wheels. So great looking wheel. I love the spoke design and the finish to them. That's going to be the standard wheel on all your hybrids. Also, you're going to get a mini spare. Now, standard equipment on your 2.3 liter, and the reason we kind of mention it as part of this equipment group is that a lot of people, when most of your other Ford vehicles that are hybrids, come with a tire and inflator kit. You're getting a mini spare with your hybrid Explorer. So that's great. It's an 18-inch spare tire that's going to go and be located down below that cargo area, that cargo management system. So that's equipped with it as well. High series brakes are going to also be part of this equipment group, and it's going to come with your heavy-duty front and rear brake calipers too. So a great addition to your brakes, allowing you to stop. And the reason you're going to have the high series brakes is going to allow for the regeneration a little bit of the battery there. So you're going to have a bigger battery as well, being able to have better fuel economy and such like that. Also, you're going to get active noise cancellation as part of this. So they want those hybrid engines, you want to be a little bit quieter engine and be quieter inside. So you have active noise cancellation. Works like your active noise cancellation headphones and such, so make it a little bit quieter inside. You already get the laminated glass here on the front, but the active noise cancellation is going to make it even quieter inside. So that's part of your 310A package that comes with your 3.3 liter hybrid engines. So let's talk about some optional equipment. The first one I want to talk about are these wheels that is optional on the 300A, comes with the 310A, and that's these nice 20-inch hand-polished aluminum wheels that you can get for your 300A package. So any of the gas engines, you can get this wheel, and we'll probably order most of our vehicles with this wheel because there are a couple other options that require this wheel to get them. So a lot of times we will order those. Also, you can get as optional equipment is the self-sealing tires. All-season tires that are self-sealing is a standalone option on a 300A. They actually come with their four-wheel drive 310A package, which makes me think that you may be required to have a 4x4 as well. If I do, you can go to Ford.com and kind of book that out, and it'll actually tell you when you actually put those tires in there whether or not it needs to be 4x4 or not. So if I did, I'll probably find that out in editing, and I'll go ahead and put it on the screen for you. Now, the rest of these features are standalone options that are available on the 300 or 310A equipment group. So either if you get the hybrid or the gas engine. And one of them is your engine block heater. Engine block heater is a great thing to add to your vehicle. You live in a cold weather state, you need to plug that vehicle in when it's overnight so that it keeps warm, so it starts a little bit better. Engine block heater, I think is $90 or $100. It can be ordered as a standalone option. Also for the front tag bracket up there, if you live in a state that does not require front tag, it's going to be an optional equipment. So no charge option, be shipped with the vehicle, and then the dealer will put it on at free of charge. But if you do get that from your aftermarket department or parts department later, usually they'll charge you for it. So if you're thinking you might want to put it on there, go ahead and order when you order your vehicle from the factory. Also the Class 3 trailer tow package. Now this package does require you to have these wheels. So if you have the 300A, you're going to make sure you order these wheels if you want the tow package. So tow package is going to give you that Class 3, Class 4 receiver hitch, 4-pin and 7-pin wiring. I also gave you the cargo management system. So that's a great system that's going to give you an all-weather mat underneath that shelf under there, as well as a cargo cover that if you have those seats laid down, you can put that cover over on those hooks I mentioned earlier and protect things in there so people can't see the belongings you have in there. So tow package is a great way to kind of enhance and give you more towing for the vehicle, being able to put that receiver hitch in there for whatever trailer you might have. And I will list the tow ratings and tow capacity for the 2.3 as well as for your hybrid. So hybrids actually tow really well. I think even more towing than your 2.3 liter. So you might want to get a hybrid if you want a little bit more towing, because I think it does a little bit better for you. Also, you have the twin panel moonroof. So twin panel moonroof is optional equipment on the 300 or 310A. It does require you to have these wheels as well. So the 20-inch wheels. So if you get the 300A, you might want to go ahead and order these wheels if you want the twin panel moonroof. It's also going to come with not only the power sunshade and the power roof, but also open remote open for those front windows. So it works really well. This does have the twin panel moonroof, so I'm going to demonstrate this. So you just hit the unlock once and then press and hold it, and then in just a little bit it's going to go ahead and roll those windows down. So now this is a feature you can activate and deactivate in your settings, because if you're like some of my family members, you might stick your keys in your pocket, you might press and hold that, and those you come out to the car and your windows are rolled down. and you don't understand why. So that would be why, so you can activate and deactivate in your settings screen. So I think that's all your optional equipment. Now I want to talk about some accessories you can get for your Explorer as well. Now we're going to talk about some accessories you can add to your vehicle, and most of these can be ordered after you get your vehicle if you want to, and have them installed at your local dealership. One of them at the end is probably something I would probably order from the factory if you're thinking you want those. So first one I want to talk about is your wheel lock kit. So your wheel lock kit is going to give you 4 lug nuts that will replace one of the originals with a key that goes specifically for those lug nuts. So if you have some nice wheels like these, come with these nice 20-inch hand polished wheels, you may want to get the wheel lock kit to help protect those. Also, you can get your splash guards. Planning on doing some camping, off-roading, go down some dirt roads, splash guards could come in handy, keeping those rocks down off the side of your vehicle. That is also something you can add as an accessory for your vehicle. Also, the crossbars. So the roof rack rails up here are going to be standard equipment. If you want the crossbars that go across there, you can add those as optional equipment. Keep in mind too, if you want a certain special rack like a ski rack or some other like maybe a tool aftermarket rack up there, it would require you to have those crossbars first to be able to put those racks on there. So that may be something you might want to add to your vehicle. Also, you can get all-weather mats. So they're floor liners. They're going to go in the footwells in the front as well as the back seat or the second row seat and protect them. Kind of an all-weather material. So if you plan on getting snow in your, in there, or mud, whatever it might be, if you're going to go out camping or something, you might want to get the all-weather mats. You can also get a cargo mat. Cargo mat would probably go in there more when you have that third row seat folded down. So maybe if you keep it that way a lot of the time and want that all-weather mat in there, you can get that, and it's going to help protect that back there because that is carpet and can get dirty a little bit. Now this last feature is something I probably wouldn't order from the factory thinking about it. It will be shipped to the dealership ahead of time. The dealership would install that at no charge, but that's how it's ordered. It would replace your front headrest, and it's a dual headrest rear entertainment system. So we call it rear entertainment, not DVD, because it has more than just a DVD. You do have some plugins for different audio systems or even gaming systems, as well as USB ports in there, even SD card slots, so you can be able to put music, videos, that kind of stuff on those. It's going to come with 2 sets of headphones, so the kids in the back can watch 2 different things if they want to. So each one of those headrests for those seats are going to play something separate. So you can put a DVD on one side, kid can play a game on the other side. Comes in real handy on those long trips. That is also an accessory you can order from the factory, is how I recommend it, or you can order it afterwards from your accessories department. So that's all your standard as well as optional equipment for that limited trim, the 2020 Ford Explorer. Don't forget about the warranties. It's a 3-year, 36,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty with a 5-year, 60,000-mile powertrain warranty and roadside assistance. So pretty similar warranties that we're seeing with all the other Ford vehicles. You're going to have those same warranties. Now check out our inventory on our website, LonMacArthur.com. There in each one of our vehicles you can check for availability, you can schedule a test drive, you can see pictures as well as a 360-degree spin on each one of our vehicles. It's an outside as well as an inside perspective on each vehicle in our stock. We do that on every single one of our vehicles before it hits the lot. So definitely check that out. You can also pull up a PDF of the window sticker too. So you can pull that up, that link there, pull that up, whether it be on your phone or on your desktop, and be able to see the standard as well as optional equipment on the original window sticker on each one of our vehicles. So definitely check that out. You can also see our great internet pricing there, and we will a lot of times do some discounts on our different Explorer vehicles, and they're going to be including any rebates that Ford will have as well. So definitely based on our zip code. So if you live outside of our area code, you might want to go ahead, or our zip code, if you might want to go ahead and give us a call or send us a text message, 785-378-5031, or toll free 1-800-874-6316. So I hope you really enjoyed this video and it gave you a lot of information. We like to call it our complete guide on the 2020 Ford Explorer Limited.